Not a problem. Just an observation. Go ahead and get these boots on. I have an apple to eat and a little pill because the pill needs to be taken with food, and then we go. Okay, buen camino. Okay. Good morning and buen camino. What a beautiful night's rest at the Monasterio de Santa Clara. A great night. Saw some friends that I hadn't seen in quite a while, including Carl. It was really, really great. Look at this sunset. Sunrise. I need to find a coffee this morning. I'm going to do that and find the path, and I'll catch up with you, okay? Ciao. Okay, good morning. It's about 8 o'clock. I've really been dawdling. I just had a coffee and an apple and a muffin. And today I go to a place called Terradillos de los Templarios. There is some definitely significance, Templar significance that we will find there. It's pretty aggressive, 27K. So I'm looking at a little over 16 miles and I'm limping. I think maybe it feels a little bit better than yesterday, and I just took my sweet Spanish medicine with my food, and so that'll kick in a little bit. So maybe this day will sail by. We'll see. Otherwise, I may have to look for an opportunity to skip a few miles, catch a taxi or something. I am carrying my bag. It's a point of ego, and I wonder if eventually I'll find that those choices that I make, dictated by my ego, come back to bite me or not. We'll see. But I am aware of them. What else to talk about? Not a whole lot on my mind this morning. So the room last night had 3 guys. And before we were all in bed, I just figured I would try the approach of, not setting rules or setting baselines, but just like seeing if we can come to an agreement between the 3 of us about how we behave. And, the first thing I said was, do any of us snore? And one of the guys says, I snore a little bit, I'm sorry. I said, no problem, you can't control it. That's something that it's just good that we know, right? And then I said, are any of you guys planning on getting up early? And the other guy said, yeah, maybe. And I said to him, because I think both of these guys are new. They joined in Burgos. Burgos is where they started. So they may not really know how it goes down. And I've been having this frustration in the early morning with other pilgrims. And so instead of saying to the guy that was getting up at 5 in the morning, I turned back to the guy who was snoring. And I said, we will be getting up before you, so we will do our best to prepare our bags as much as we can the night before. And then tomorrow morning, we'll bundle all our stuff up and we'll try to get out of the room as quietly as possible and then pack our bags out in the common area. And in this way, I think that even if those 2 new gentlemen didn't really know that that was the polite way to go about your business in the morning, I want to see, just making sure the light was on, holy cow, that if they didn't know it, now they did know it, and it wasn't scolding, it wasn't lecturing, it wasn't telling people what to do, but we all kind of understood the role that we were going to play in the morning. Good day, buen camino. Yes, we're getting out of town. So it was a really good way to diffuse any potential frustration and to make sure that we all kind of agreed on how we were going to behave in the morning. And I think that was a really good approach. I know you can't do that in every situation, but sometimes there is an opportunity. Let's see, what else? I was really happy to see Carl last night. And then I was happy to see good old Tim and Liz from New Zealand. Joseph, the Austrian beer hunter, was in the same albergue as me, although he had a private room, which is good because he snores a little bit, and he wanted a private room, so he didn't bother anybody. What a great guy. And I know there's other folks around town. I'm sure we'll see some of the cast of characters today. I also wonder, because of seeing Carl and my friends from New Zealand, I wonder if I'm going to see some of the other folks that I think I had gotten ahead of a little bit. And now that I'm slowing down a little, maybe there's an opportunity for them to catch up. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to walk, and if something else pops into my head, I'll fire it up. I'm just going to enjoy the stroll through this lovely little town, Carrion de los Condes. And I may find an opportunity to have a second coffee. We'll see.
Un caffè solo.
I am not going to get far today if there's so much stuff to take pictures of and take video of. It's pretty amazing. Good morning, buen camino. Buenos dias, buen camino. It is just a touch after 9, so I've been walking a little over an hour. The pain in my lower leg, whatever it was, feels not so bad right now. I think the medicine has kicked in. Perhaps the icing and the massage and stretching over the last few days has helped. And of course, maybe just a little bit of passage of time. So this would be the 3rd day. I've got the pain, and the 4th day after the spill that I took, that I think maybe was the inciting incident. So I'm feeling good right now. I'm here in the Meseta. This isn't so bad. I don't know why people say this is boring and desolate. It's definitely not desolate. I've been behind next to a highway most of the time over the last few days. Today it doesn't bother me. Yesterday it was a real point of frustration. Maybe it's because a lot of people come in the summer or in the fall when this is all brown and dried and harvested, and I'm here in the spring, so things are cool and green and life abounds everywhere. I kind of like it. And if it weren't for this pain in my leg, I think these last few days would have been maybe some of the most enjoyable. I don't know why. Maybe that's because I haven't had a super enjoyable last few days and it's wishful thinking. I see a truck up there. I don't know if that's an entrepreneurial young person or a support system for pilgrims, or maybe the Guardia Civil. They are known to post up. Their presence has been around. It's really great. Makes all the pilgrims feel safe. And they're very professional and nice as well. I remember my wife and I came across the Civil Guard in, I think it was Spain. The first day we crossed over from Portugal to Spain, we came across the Civil Guard, the police service, and they actually provided a stamp for us. It was really cool. Anyway, I just wanted to check in. We'll see if throughout the day my level of pain continues to exist how it is now, If so, tolerable, I can make it. And I don't think all the mileage I planned for today is a big deal. So slow and steady. If I keep like a 2.5 or 3 mile an hour pace, I'll be at my albergue by 3. And I don't need to do laundry. The place has a communal dinner for pilgrims, so I don't need to go to the store. I've already got enough stuff in my backpack, so I don't need more. So slow and steady today. It'll be great. Ciao. Yeah, a little update as I get closer. I see that it is the Guardia Civil. So I'm gonna come up with the camera blazing on them and see if I can get a stamp from these gentlemen. All right, ciao, buen camino. Hola, señor. Sí. ¿Tienes un sello? ¿Sí? Sí, sí, sí. Gracias, gracias. Hold on, I'm gonna get a stamp from these guys. Very cool. I probably could have filmed the whole interaction, but it was a tight little van, and there was 2 of them in there, and they let me sit down, and I pulled out my credencial, and they stamped it and signed it. It was very cool, very pleasant, professional, and I know that I speak for all the rest of the pilgrims when I say we appreciate their presence to keep things, keep things cool. A little visibility goes a long way when it comes to ne'er-do-wells, and also they're a great support system for, of course, not only the pilgrims, but all of Spain, the Spanish people. So, good job, Guardia. Yeah, back to the Meseta, huh? This isn't so boring. This is actually really nice. And today is supposed to get up into maybe the low 70s, mid 70s. So I peeled off all my layers except for the sun hoodie, busted out my sun hat, and put my shades on. I expect it'll get a little warm today, but I got plenty of water and I'm full of fluids. I'm not worried about it. Buen camino. Hola! Buen camino. I thought I would pop in and share this. So this is a guilty little pleasure snack that I've been keeping with me on the trail. Ositos de Oro Gold Bears from Haribo. And I share them freely with people I come across on the trail. You want a couple, etc., etc. Maybe 3 days ago, I was approaching a guy with a Japan patch on his bag, and as I walked by, I pulled out my bag, I put a couple in my hand, I offered some to him. He was very happy, and then I moved on. It ended up we stayed at the same albergue, Casa Albergue Rosalia, if you'll remember, and then I saw him the next morning, and he didn't know my name. We hadn't introduced ourselves yet. And when he saw me, he goes, "Oh, Haribo!" And then yesterday, I cooked dinner for Carl and Carl's friend, which is Ronnie. I called him, I forget what I called him yesterday, Rudy or Rudy, whatever, Rudy maybe, but it's Ronnie, like Ronald Reagan is how I remember it. And there was a group of Koreans. I think there was maybe 4 of them. And I offered them all some gummy bears, 3 or 4 for their little dessert. And then later on in the night, one of the ladies came by and she said, "Thank you, Haribo." So I wonder if that's the nickname they're giving me now. I'm just known as Haribo. I like it. It's pretty cool. But I pulled them out just to have a couple for myself, and I thought, oh yeah, I want to capture this little story because it's kind of funny, and if that's the nickname that I earn among people who have not met me, but are the kind of the Korean and Japanese groups around, then hey, that's a great nickname, huh? Anyway, ciao, buen camino. I see some people I know. And it looks like they're having fun. I'm gonna stop in. Hola, Marianne. Hola. Hola, Giver. Hola, hola.
Rosa redonda vem, rosa redonda saia, olha a roda que ela tem. Rosa redonda saia, rosa redonda vem, rosa redonda saia, olha a roda que ela tem.
How incredible.
Nice surprise, huh?
Also, Norbert and Anya and Joseph. All these people are here. It's super cool.
Eu também, eu sei a minha que eu também, eu sei a minha que eu também, eu sei a minha para o outro lado. Não, aquela do São Gonçalo da Amarante. Como é que é?
And I couldn't help it. Ham and cheese sandwich with an egg. Ah, buen camino. Ham and cheese mozzarella con queso y jamón y huevos, y café con leche y jugo. Okay, you can't plan for something like that to happen. I saw an oasis a little bit in the distance, and I saw Gilbert's cart for Rufy. Hola. And then this music started. And I saw some familiar faces. You saw me see Marianne and Gilbert. And then, wow, this group from Portugal, and they brought these instruments, and they're singing and drinking beer and having a great time. And then there's Norbert and Anya and Joseph. You can't plan that. A bit of Camino magic, and really lifted my spirits. I did have that sandwich and a coffee, and you saw he gave me a tiny little juice with it. So, feeling good. That should carry me for a few hours. How incredible. We'll see you later. Los hermanos portugueses. Portuguese música.
Music for the world.
Ah, bueno. Hola, señores. Yeah. Okay. What's wrong with the meseta? This is awesome. What a great magical day so far. About a couple kilometers from the next little town. I think it's over that little hill. Just stopped in the shade. Had a nice sandwich made of sausage and cheese and the bread that I got yesterday. Ate a little Biscoff cookie. Biscoff, not the spread. I left that spread behind for other pilgrims to enjoy. And a handful of honey roasted nuts. So I'm feeling good. I do hope that there's a town right over that hill, because I could go for a beer. But almost halfway done with the day. So it's a 11:15 now. That was a little bit of a break. Started at 8. So that means at this pace, which has been comfortable for me, I could be pulling into the albergue in Terradillos de los Templarios at about 3 o'clock. And I called yesterday, and I've got a bed, una cama, reserved with my name on it. So no rush to get to the albergue, and I have no chores to do. It's a beautiful day on the meseta. Buen camino.
And each month he does recording of himself live under the bridge, you know.
Hola, buen camino. Es mi hermano Joseph. Joseph y Joseph. Buen camino. Ah, here we go. Café? Cerveza, perhaps? Huh? What do you say, Joseph?
Vitamin B.
Vitamin B. Beer.
Or vitamin C.
Café?
No, chocolate.
Ah, chocolate.
So Belgium, remember the vitamin B and vitamin C is very popular. It will be beer or chocolate.
A very wise man I'm walking with today. Ciao, buen camino. Buen camino. I don't know why I didn't just take a video of where I stopped, but it is 12:30. Stopped and had a beer at a tienda. There was all kinds of people there that you would recognize. Carl was there, Norbert was there, Anna was there, Gilbert was there, Joseph the beer collector was there, and a bunch of other pilgrims that I have not spent so much time with, but are familiar to me. I only wanted the one beer and to keep moving. Another 10K or so to go. So at a nice leisurely pace, maybe 2.5 hours. So timing's still good. If it's 12:30 now, I'll be pulling up by 3. I'm right on track. Leg feels okay. I stashed a bottle of water last night in the freezer at the albergue, and I brought it this morning. And so not only has it been keeping my food cool and the contents of my pack, I've used it a couple times today every time I stop to kind of ice my leg down. And finally all the ice was melted, but it was still very cold. So it was nice to get a nice cool bottle of water on my leg, and we passed it around the table, and everybody, put it on their necks or their head. Not everybody, a couple people did. And Rufy as well. Rufy enjoyed a little bit of coolness because he's a hot dog. Anyway, moving along. I imagine this last 10K of the day is going to be a bit of a chore. It always is. But that's okay. I'm feeling good. I don't know if there's any stops between now and then. Maybe if there is, I'll stop again and have a glass of juice or another beer or something. We'll see what happens. Maybe calimocho or a sangria or something. I don't know. We'll see. Good day. Oh yeah, all the Portuguese guys were there. The Portuguese. I should have asked what they are. It looks like some sort of organization or club. Many of them, of course, carry instruments, and they sing and know these songs. So maybe they do this type of thing. The arrow goes this way. Maybe they do this type of thing every year. Last year, when my wife and I were on the Portugese Camino, we saw a similar kind of situation. There were a group of guys who would stop and sing, and some had instruments. And you could tell that they did this on a regular basis because many of them had a ton of different badges on their backpacks. And so they would stop and sing from time to time. Hola, hola. Yeah, so here's some more peregrinos. We're going to keep moving along. We'll see you in 10K. Hola. Hola, hola. Hola. Ciao. that is not where I'm stopping for the day. It is where I'm stopping for a calimocho, and then maybe about 45 minutes to the last stop of the day. But feeling good. It's like 1:45, so I figure a nice 15-minute break, and then I still am on track to check in by about 3, which is what I was hoping for this morning. Tolerated the pain. Beautiful day. You can see like stunning landscapes. Some of the day was next to a highway, but not nearly as bad as it was, what was it, yesterday or the day before, when I was really kind of poopy about it. Today was just lovely and beautiful. I no longer have the feelings of isolation. I don't know why I had them the other day. But even though I'm walking by myself now, I don't know if there's anyone behind me. Oh, yeah, there's one gentleman, and no one in front of me, but I got a whole squad behind me. The folks that I think I've found pace with, at least the current pace. And we all see each other, and I know they're all staying in the next town with me. If I sit here and have a drink, I'm sure they'll catch up, and then I'll be ahead of them until the end, and then I'll see them at the end of the day. It's been a great day. Anyway, buen camino. Buenas tardes. Did stop and had a calimocho. The break was a lot longer, maybe like a half hour, so I hit the road again at about 2:15. It's probably 2:30, about a half hour from the town where I'm staying. But what I thought was worth mentioning, sorry about the sun if I'm blasting you with it, is that yesterday I ordered a calimocho, which is red wine and cola, and then the bartender held up a slice of lemon and said con limon, and I said yes, and she put it in there, and that's how I've been having calimochos this whole time. So today, just now, when I went in, I ordered calimocho con limon. And I was surprised when she popped out a glass, dropped a few big ice cubes into it, filled it halfway with a vino tinto. We're 3 out of 3 so far. And then instead of opening a can of Coke or a bottle of cola to fill the rest, it was like this lemon 80 drink, like a sparkling lemonade. And she had already opened it, was halfway pouring it. And so I wonder what I actually ordered. It was very good though. So now I've got 2 drinks that I'm gonna bring back and enjoy this summer with my beautiful, lovely wife on the patio, and any of our friends who decide to join us. Calimocho with cola, and a calimocho with a fizzy lemony drink. Both very good and very refreshing. Anyway, I wanted to remember because that is the first time I've ever had it, and it's going to change my life. Yeah, I'm walking next to a highway. That part sucks, don't care about it. But look, the meseta. Why do people say this is boring and flat? It's not flat at all. It might be a little boring, but it's really fantastic. And it's warm today, so I've got my sun hat. I've been soaking it with water, so it feels pretty nice to me. Anyway, buen camino. Checked in the albergue, took a shower, real quick tour since nobody's here. It's not gonna bother. We got a couple showers, couple toilets, the sinks, nice low beds I got to choose. There's plenty of other rooms in here. Ooh, Let's see what's down this way. Close the door. That looks like where I'm gonna do laundry. So I'll go back out there later. I got my laundry to do. I decided it's only a pair of underwear and socks, but I'm here early, the sun's out. I'm gonna wash my pants too. A bunch of private rooms of varying sizes. Las botas, por favor. And you put the poles here. Squeak, 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 squeak. Oh, looks like we got this was the reception area. And we got a cafe. Oh, there's a bar. They do provide a dinner, so we're gonna have dinner here. It's available anytime from 6 until 10, I think. Nice bar. I like it when these places have all kinds of stuff. So drinks, we got some chips and some chocolate and some coffee to go and snacks, etc. Albergue Los Templarios. Nice. So we got a couple menus. Bottles. Maybe I'll just stick to glasses today because I went a little cray-cray last night. I love these doors. Super, super peaceful yard out here. I love it. And a nice patio. So we're gonna go do we're gonna go do the laundry and relax. Maybe a beer. Yeah, maybe a beer. I don't know. We'll see how I feel once I've done the laundry. Ooh. Nice big yard, partially mowed to keep the pollinator-friendly growth going on. I guess I'm gonna have to walk all the way around this building to get back to the laundry area, huh? This is a really nice spot. Big, well-maintained, and cheap. I think it was, is it 15 for the bed and 13 for dinner, something like that. Either way, a decent room and full-on dinner for less than 30 is a slam dunk in my book. In my personal budget, when I was planning for the Camino, I figured $20 for dinner, 20 euro for dinner, and then 25 euro for a room. And that should be about right if I go have dinner by myself and I stay in like a private albergue or get a private habitación. So, whoa, what's going on here? How do we do this? Oh, easy. Okay, couple buckets, water, soap. You soap and scrub and soak, and then rinse and squeeze and hang. So I'm gonna do that. Ciao. Laundry done. Took the opportunity to go ahead and actually wash the towel, wash the pants. They don't need to wash every day, but take advantage of this sweet Spanish sun. And my undies and socks, and here's my dry bag. Let's go ahead and take that. Boop. Okay, we'll see you boys later. Let's go get something to drink. Yo bebo. Andiamo. I am having a calemocho. The real one this time. Con lemon. That's what I thought it was. And the rest of my cheese. And the rest of my sausage. And I got some chips. Because it's probably 4 hours till dinner. So I'm just chilling. Okay. You know what I think? When I get to Santiago or finish there, I might try to find a shirt that has this symbol on it, this cross. It's really cool and you see it around everywhere. Yeah, I think I'll get it on a hat or a shirt or something like that. Anyway, we'll see. I don't know. Buen camino. Joseph and Norbert and Anna. And Anna said, since all the Portuguese guys are here and dinner's included, it'd probably be smart to go and get into the restaurant and have dinner before all the Portuguese people sit down and eat, because there are many of them. Very smart. So we'll see what happens. It's probably a good idea. We'll talk to you later. Ciao.